Ring the bell.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Slam Society. Welcome to my review show here of AAA TripleMania 32 from April 27th. I know it's a few days late, but I had a hard time obtaining a copy, if you know what I mean. It was from the Estadio Mobil Super, this big stadium there in Monterrey, Nuevo Leon, Mexico. So part one of AAA TripleMania for 2024. Just like last year, and I'm pretty sure the year before and the year before that, they started doing 3 a year. So I did, for the most part, enjoy last year's shows. So it was just going to be, you know, see how we go here, because I will get, look, I'll get to it, okay? So I was excited because they had guys on the card like Nick Nemeth, Jeff Jarrett, Alberto El Patron, Super Crazy, Super Calo, Vampiro, etc. on the show, along with the sexy luchadoras, because you got to like them. They're awesome as well. I couldn't wait for the event. Let's see if it matched my expectations and hopes and dreams. Estrelita, Fabi Apache, Reina Dorada, and Sexy Star. Oh, man, love Sexy Star. Took on Las Toxicas, Flama, La Hiedra, and Maravilla with Delise. So this match was going to be what I expected it to be, and I better turn off my fuck, what am I doing here? Doesn't matter. Who cares? If you hear some sounds, it's just some people logging into MSN Messenger. Yes, it still exists. So this is what we expect it to be, right? But you know, one thing I've noticed about AAA, and I don't know if I'm just seeing things or if it's the perception is incorrect, but their six-sided ring is so fucking big. Like, that doesn't seem like it's the same size as the TNA six-sided ring, right? It just seems like it's a bit too big. That's just me. It feels like it hurts the match quality and the matches because the ring is just too big. I don't know. It just, yeah, it's hard to explain. You know, I like to, when I'm trying to make a point, I like to be pretty clear and concise. And, you know, I do reviews. So when I make a point, I should know exactly what I'm talking about, right? There's some people out there that do things like this or put out videos talking about a piece of news or something to do with pro wrestling, like that guy that I talked about who did a review for WWE Speed after only watching one match from it. And he didn't know what he was trying to make a point, but he didn't know what he just didn't know what his stance was on the whole thing. He said it was cool, but then at the same time, the video was WWE Speed is terrible. Anyway, I don't want to be like that, you know. I want to know what I'm saying and mean what I'm saying when I say it with conviction. But I don't know. I just, it feels to me that the ring is too big and it affects the match quality. Anywho. There was a lot of back and forth with this one. They did a lot of flashy stuff here, but you know, I understand what Lucha Libre is. I've seen enough of it now to be well aware that, you know, selling can be minimal at times, can be good too, though. And there's a lot of flip flop and fly, but there are ways of doing dives to the outside where people aren't just standing there just waiting to catch you, because it takes a while sometimes for people to get prepared to jump over the ropes or onto a group of people, and it's just important. And if you're going to have everyone standing there and just standing there waiting, the camera work's you can't be able to see them in the camera shot until impact on the dive. You know, because you don't need to know what they were doing on the outside of the ring before the dive connected. But when you're showing them standing there just waiting, it's stupid. And I don't care. anyone out there, if you want to debate me on this, there should be not one wrestling fan that should be okay with people standing there waiting to catch a dive. You have to be doing something. You have to be protecting the person doing the dive and yourself. Okay? So you're protecting them by being there to catch them, but protect yourself at the same time. But I don't know, not making yourself look stupid because you're waiting for someone to just land on top of you and crush you. No, nothing against the ladies here. it happens all the time. I thought they did a great job to open the show here. Jalise hit a sit-down power botch, sit-down power bomb to win the match for her team. So I'm assuming whatever's, I don't know. They're going on, you know, she's the best luchadora or something, but like Flammer's the champion, right? Okay, so look, we've opened up here with a 8 ladies tag team match, okay? I don't know if Joe Dombrowski and his commentary partner knew many of the stories going into this, but and maybe I was having a hard time paying attention because, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I was missing any points that they were making, but it felt like a lot of these matches, I wasn't aware of what the storylines were or what led to certain situations that led us to this, you know, multi-person match. Anywho, let's keep going. The Copa Bardal match is next, featuring Super Crazy, Anti-Faz, Heavy Metal, Super Callow, Chessman, Charlie Manson, Toscano, Pimpinella, Escalata, El Elegido. Sorry, I'm trying. Aerostar, Abismo Negro Jr., Mr. Iguana, Nina Hamburguesa, fuck, and El Fiscal. Here's the problem with the match, okay? Now, Aerostar did something quite specky to begin the match here, but here's the thing with the Copa Bardal and the other Copas that they do at the TripleManias, right? It's a long match, and it is too drawn out. And it's just so dry, and it just feels like nothing's happening half the time. Yes, there's a few head scissors takedowns here and there, and maybe somebody will go under the bottom rope and do some sort of, you know, dive to the outside onto somebody, which really doesn't make much sense. He's trying to eliminate people over the top rope, right? I don't know. It's bland. It's very bland. I find it bland. I find it bland, drawn out, and boring. Yes, it gets a bunch of people on the show. Yes, you get that pop. The pop when somebody comes out that you're not expecting. That is cool. So Mr. Iguana entered the match and he had his little gimmick there with him. I'm not gonna try and be too negative here. Super Callow was 4th, which I was very excited to see. Loved him in WCW. This is going back to 96, 97. I thought he was retired, so it was a great surprise. I wasn't sure about the outfit, though, Callow. Back in the day, you wore a shirt and little shorts and all that, and you had your cool mask. Everyone loves that Super Callow mask, right? But he was wearing no shirt, and I'm like, bro, like, you're an older bloke now. Like, maybe cover that up. Maybe cover that up. It's body shaming. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Chessman was out next, the guy who pissed Vampiro off last year. Bro, this is how fucking little was going on. All my notes here is when people came out. I don't even remember when people were starting to get eliminated. Anti-Faz was next. Heavy Metal came out to a pop. Toscano was next. He looks like a luchador version of Danny Doring. Super Crazy then followed for a pop. Charlie Manson was next. The match is just entrances with a few head scissors takedowns every now and then is what I wrote here. Pimpinella, the Exotico, came out next and made some noise early on. I had to fast forward it at this point, which I apologize for, but it's just, again, so drawn out and slow. Next thing I knew, Pimpinella Escalada won with an inside cradle. Here we go, more negativity. These matches are a waste of time. It never produces exciting results. Super Calo should have won as far as I'm concerned. Um, the Copa Rumbles are just slow and boring, despite the fact. And you know what? Another thing that hurts it, yeah, the size of the ring, because when they go off the ropes, it takes them forever to get to the next thing. I think the decision of Pimpinella winning was a bad one as far as I'm concerned. There were people that were getting a bigger pop, but look, I don't even know what this leads to. Do they get a title match or something? What do they get out of it? I don't know. I can't remember. Coming up next was a little segment in the ring. Not often do you get promos in the ring, but Jeff Jarrett, Sam Adonis, QT Marshall, Parker Bordeaux, and Satam Singh came out. Jeff got on the mic, ragged on the crowd. Hugo Savinovich was translating for him. Jeff was just being a heel here. Hugo nearly got hit with the guitar and the segment ended. Damn. I really wish that I really wanted Hugo to get hit with the guitar. But I'm assuming he had to get back on commentary. But it was a fun segment. Set up heat for the match later in the show. Okay, cool. 6-man tag team match was next. Another fucking... I get it, okay? I understand that this is Lucha Libre. They have a lot of multi-man matches. It just would have been nice to have a few more singles matches. Or even just a regular tag. Because there's so many people and they've all got to get their shit in, and it's that same formula. Every fucking match. First two start, then someone gets tagged in, then someone from the other team gets tagged in, then they get to do their little thing here to get themselves over, and then the other guy, then the next guy, next guy, depending if there's 6 or 8 men in the match. Bro, they all got to get their shit in, so you know that first fucking 10 minutes is everyone just trying to fucking get all their stuff done, so then we can start getting to, I don't know, the nitty-gritty and the psychology of the match and the false finishes and all that shit. But you know what? I'm gonna AAA wrestling championships. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. But this 6-man tag team match was Best You 666 or Seis, with Dr. Wagner Jr. and Tigre Blanco taking on Nueva Generacion Dinamita. I'll get there with the pronunciation. It's Forastero and Sanson with and they're teaming with Negro Casas, the legend himself. So I remember Negro Casas. He's the guy who was in CMLL for like 30 years and then finally went to AAA. And he wrestled on the TripleManias last year, feuding with Psychosis, who's definitely broken down now physically. This was a stalemate early on. Bestian Blanco. Shit, I didn't really... This is a very... My notes aren't very happy. This is what I was... Okay, I'll get to it now. Because, look, I don't really write much about this match because the match felt like a dance routine to me, and I'm sorry. Maybe I don't get Lucha Libre sometimes, but it just didn't seem like there was any heat on this. The titles situation, okay? Okay, so they've got the Mega Championship, the Marvel Lucha Libre Championship, which I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. I don't think, okay. I think that's maybe a joke championship or something because they haven't done anything with it since. Anyway, the AAA Latin American Championship, which is currently being held by, oh no, yep, held by Octagon Jr., who won it in November 2023. AAA Cruiserweight Championship, Commander currently owns that belt. Commander. AAA Mini Australia Championship. That belt has been around since 1870. Okay. What? He's held that belt. Hang on. This is crazy. This dude's held this belt since 2019. Okay, so he's a mini. Cool. Sorry, I'm just getting interested in all this. Look, it appears they got a fuckload of titles. They got the Trios Championship, the Mixed Tag Team Championship, the World Tag Team Championship, the Blue Demon Championship, the Reina de Reinas Championship. I'm assuming they don't utilize the minis title very often. But anyway, look, they've got all these belts here, right? And only one's being defended on this show. Just not sure about that. Anyway, look, I'm sorry. We'll get back onto the review. um, I don't know what the fuck was going on in this match. Wagner Jr.'s mask got taken off by Negro Casas. Damien Sace and Halloween showed up, and then Mecha Wolf and Bestia started fighting one another. The members of La Rebellion. Then Dr. Wagner Jr. got the pin on somebody. It was a serviceable match where the baby faces ended up looking strong in their victory, but fuck, man, I don't know. That to me, I found that match to be very, very boring. Ah, sorry. Okay, let's move forward. AAA Mega Championship. Alberto El Patron against Nick Nemeth for the vacant title. As we know, El Hijo del Vikingo got injured, which was going to happen at some point. The guy was going a million miles an hour. I think Alberto El Patron needs to be forgiven already. Okay. If the thing that was put against him was thrown out of court and we don't have any proof of anything, he claims his innocence. We don't have proof. It got thrown out of court. Come on. Maybe it's about time we just, understand that the guy had some problems and he's overcome them now. Give him a break. The dude's got a family. Anyway, these two have a rich history together. As we know, Nemeth cashed in on Del Rio to become world champion many moons ago. They went back and forth early before Nemeth took charge with his offense as he grabbed a table. These tables were a problem on this show. Massive problem. I fell asleep. Nah, okay, this is bad, bro. I fell asleep during this part. I was sitting there watching it. I had paused to do something. And then the next thing I knew, I was looking at the time on my laptop and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? When did it, where did that last hour go? I fell asleep in my chair. Crazy. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Anyway, I got back to this match. So I was a little bit groggy when I was watching this back, trying to wake myself back up. But anyway, El Patron had the arm breaker locked in, but Nemeth got out of it. But then he got power bombed onto the table and it didn't break. Then Alberto went off the top rope to try and put Nemeth through the table properly, and the table still didn't fucking break. I don't know what's going on down there south of the border, but can you guys fucking figure it out and get it to fucking gather? Like, do something to the, like, shave the bottom of the, whatever it is that you've got to do. If he was just power bombing him through it and you didn't need to have him on top of it, then I don't know, thin it out, shave the bottom of the table. That's what they do, isn't it? Then he'll go through the fucking thing. But if he goes off the top rope to leg drop him through it and it still doesn't break, come on. What's so fucking hard about getting the table to be able to break, boys? It's stuff like that in AAA. It always seems to happen. Anyway, Nemeth hit the danger zone for a very near fall. I'll give these two credit. They built some good suspense in this one. But he hit a second danger zone, which is the form of zigzag. And he won the AAA Mega Championship. Very good. This was probably the best match in the show. Nemeth now solidifies himself as new Mega Champion, somebody who will hold the belt with prestige before the inevitable return of Vikingo, who will likely seek out his championship that he never lost. I'm sure by the time that maybe it'll be like TripleMania, Mexico City or some shit. Anywho. The biggest issue that I had with the match was the fact that in yes, okay, I already said that, my bad. Okay, let's move forward. 8-man tag, Laredo Kid, Murder Clown, Octagon Jr., and Psycho Clown. See, Octagon Jr.'s got a title and he's in the fucking 8-man. And Psycho Clown take on Parker Bordeaux, QT Marshall, Sam Adonis, and Satnam Singh with Jeff Jarrett at ringside. It started off as an all-out brawl, excuse me. The heels were in charge early. QT Marshall. The version of himself that I see in AAA, it's eye-opening, bro. He is so different. He's actually seen like a tough guy, a legit threat to other people. It's crazy how a different place, different surroundings, different person booking you, how you can go from looking like a pussy to looking like you're somebody that's dangerous, or at least a contender. Lexus King in NXT, QT Marshall in AAA. Anyhow, the heels were destroying the baby faces early on here, and Jeff Jarrett kept getting involved, which was quite funny. Fabi attacked Jarrett after he disrespected the owner of the company, so she came all the way. I don't know why she was the one who stood up for the owner of the president of AAA. Psycho Clown went to town on Jeff. Then he went after the rest of the heel team. The baby faces hit some dives to the outside. Satnam got murdered. Sorry. Satnam got slammed by Murder Clown. I don't remember saying Murder Clown's name. Oh, I did. Okay. Yeah, he scoop slammed Satnam Singh. I don't know. Yeah. I think maybe they should say something like that for AEW, but they're never going to do anything with Satnam Singh there. They're never going to do anything with him. Murder Clown got hit with the guitar and Satnam hit him. Fuck, bro. So the heel started taking over here. Jarrett got in the ring, hit Murder Clown with the guitar, and then Satnam hit him with a choke slam onto the table. And again, the table did not fucking break. There are lots of shenanigans, throughout this match, and it was fun. But once again, the table didn't break on that final choke slam. Satnam would have, really enjoyed the ring time here. He was made to look good, and let's be honest, every AEW guy on this card got made to look better in AAA than they do being booked by the guy with the bad haircut. Honestly. They all looked great here. I mean, poor Parker Border. I don't know why everyone's whatever. Everyone thought he was going to be the next Brock Lesnar. No, he just looked like him. Don't have too high expectations of him. Anyway, let's move forward. Main event of the evening. 6-man tag again. El Macias, Pagano, and Vampiro Canadiense took on La Secta of Dark Quavo and Dark Oz with Cybernetico or Cybernetico. So it looks like Vampiro is finally going to bow out of pro wrestling and stop wrestling in the ring for good. He's been, I've talked about it before, how he keeps on saying, he's got dementia or whatever. And I'm just confused as how he has dementia, but he's still wrestling in the ring. It just doesn't seem like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like he should be, but who knows? The fans were very appreciative of him. Latin Lover came out and gave Vampiro a nod of approval. So the all-out war began at the proceedings here. The heels were in charge early on. Vampiro was copying it sweet along with his team. They fought back with gusto, were in control at some point later on, as the same formula for every fucking match. I don't even know why I talk about that. It calmed down. Vampiro had a showdown with Cuervo. Pagano took the heat for quite some time in this match before Vampiro got in the ring. He copped it sweet again. Vampiro was getting set up, right? And somebody made an entrance for an interference. And again, this is so typical of AAA. I had no idea what was going on. Not a clue what was going on. I'm like, who is this person and why are they coming out here? And then nothing really came of it. Anyway, Vampiro ended up winning with a small package on Cybernetico to win the match, which was a surprise. But this match, look, again, I'm sorry, it was very similar to the matches we just saw throughout this show. It had a surprise ending, but this is, again, rinse and repeat of the other matches, and I almost felt like, eh. So there we have it, everyone. AAA TripleMania 32. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Bit of below average for me. So it was an okay show. I think they could have done better as there were less stakes this year from last year. You know, no mask versus hair type thing, or that tournament where the tag team goes through and then it ends in a singles match, mask versus hair or whatever. Also, the losing team goes through. Anyway, yeah, one title match. I just don't, you know, I wonder where they all go from here. We'll give props to Joe Dombrowski for his call in English on the show's commentary. It was less confusing than last year's show. I don't know what I'm talking about there, but I did fall asleep during this, which is perhaps a nod or a nod off to how this show might be perceived by others. I hope the next AAA TripleMania this year is a bit more exciting and has less multi-man matches and more stakes. And the commentators have more to tell us about what's happening. There we have it. Thank you for joining me here on the Slam Society. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you down the road. Thank you.